Good morning. How are you today? It's beautiful here in Shangri-La. That is, I can hear the cicadas around me. Maybe you can. I hear the birds. There's some streams nearby that are running. It's ideal. It's overcast. There are going to be thunderstorms, but hey, compared to the absence of life, the anti-life grew in the White House, this is a miraculous place to be, and I'm sure you're all finding that the retreats from the dread that is this administration are very helpful to your well-being. So what am I talking about? They're talking about herd immunity, meaning so many people get the virus that the herd develops an immunity to it. I think it's a herd insanity. Do you know how many people have to die in that equation if we're doing nothing against it except letting people get exposed and get ill and some dying? Some will die. And right now, we're losing 1,000 people a day, and we have 40,000 new infections every day. And this is more in months than we lost in wars in years. And that doesn't matter to this administration. Instead, what they try to do, because they know that people are going to vote early, they spread this false statement, in my opinion, that, hey, we're going to have a vaccine and we'll have it maybe late October, maybe early November, hoping that people will vote according to that. But at the same time, all the experts, including Fauci, are saying, whoa, first of all, it may not happen. Second of all, the timeline is crazy. And they don't care. That is, the administration doesn't care. They somehow hope to bull through this thing with a lie. They're also prepared to ask others to commit crimes. Go out and commit a felony. That is, vote twice. Now, that is a felony in North Carolina where he proposed it. It is a felony to propose it. But these guys are so far above the law now and the Constitution. They're in that new regime of also trying to disconnect us from standards like facts and truth. That kind of chaos is what he requires in order to win. It's a terrible thing. And put on top of that, that we have kids going into schools, and we're seeing that they're like super spreaders among the young among us, that when they get an infection, it seems to spread like wildfire. And they may recover, but they become carriers, asymptomatic and otherwise, going back to parents and grandparents. The administration doesn't care anything about that because they want to free people to increase the income a little bit. They also, that is the administration, wants all federal workers to have withheld that sum of funds that goes to underwrite Social Security and Medicare so that there is a little bit more money in the economy just before the election. But here's the trick. If nothing changes in December or January, people are going to have to pay that money back. So it's not an advantage at all. We also have our first death from the Sturgis motorcycle get-together when one motorcyclist died. We haven't yet had enough time to see what happened at the Republican convention. I don't wish it, but they did nothing to be safe. And I resent the fact that they'll go into a hospital and take up a bed or take up a time of a doctor, when if they had obeyed the strictures that are dictated by this pandemic, we wouldn't have them putting the resources at risk. So what's the good sign? There's been an uptick in the numbers toward Biden. It's incremental, but it's a movement. And it sort of shows that whatever bubble came off the Republican convention is diminished. More people receive the word in terms of viewers from the Democratic convention. Makes sense. People want something positive to hang on to. They want at least a modicum of demeanor and respect and civility that they don't get from the Republicans. I'm also encouraged that Biden is going to go to Kenosha today. And he knows how to handle difficult situations. So I expect that what will happen is that he will give us the image of a leader, because it will be truthful for him to make people feel hopeful and comfortable that his administration will end the violence and will find remedies for systemic racism. At least we'll start that progress. And that all those people who were evicted and suffer from the pandemic and the finance, all of that will be addressed, really addressed, as opposed to cover up like they're throwing leaves on some dead animal, which is this administration. So contribute more if you can. Get out if you can. It's beautiful here in Virginia, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.